Hello guys, welcome back to BoreDraw, where we are continuing our tour of all the 20 Premier League teams taking place in the upcoming 23-24 season. We're giving you previews of every single team, so if you like what you see today, remember to hit subscribe and get right into all of our content.
Shout out to all the Luton fans that joined us for their first... Well, it's not their first outing in the Premier League. They've been in the Premier League before, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yep.
But their first outing in recent memory.
For a lot of fans, it will be the first time they've ever seen their team in the Premier League. So
shout out to all of them enjoying Premier League life.
Luton aren't a very popular team, especially where we're from. But
boys,
you've got to respect what they've done because they've beaten the system in a way. They've done it without a budget. They've done it smartly. They've done it shrewdly. So you can only respect it. Well, yeah, we'll talk about how they sort of got on last season. Obviously, they went up through the playoffs.
Yeah, they won the playoff final, which is always exciting.
Yeah, one of the best ways to go up, 100%.
Yeah, the best way to go up.
I don't know, smashing the whole season and
Yeah, I suppose.
And yeah, it's very nice as well. But yeah, it was a fantastic final for them, beating out Coventry on penalties.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. It went to penalties. But yeah, so the previous season they had Nathan Jones, the little rat. Yeah, they had Nathan Jones in charge, and then he was like, "Well, I've been here too long. I'm fucking off to Southampton to get them relegated." And yeah, he basically stopped Man City winning a quadruple.
Which is actually pretty exciting.
Yeah, which he's done well.
It's probably actually on his CV.
Yeah, but he said himself he's one of the greatest managers in the world. He could have just stayed in Wales and married a nice little Welsh woman and, been a PE teacher or something. But he likes to prove himself, and he proved everyone right that he's a shit football manager. But
as you can tell, Luke isn't Nathan Jones' biggest fan. But
they went and they done something which no one really saw coming. Watford gave Rob Edwards a chance, signed him from Forest Green.
Yeah.
And he was a very exciting up-and-coming manager. Watford did the classic thing. They gave him about 3 games and binned him off.
And what did he do? He thought, fuck you big spanners.
You fucking shit hornets.
Dusty yellow bastards. I'm going to leave... Go to your arch rivals who you're competing with in the championship. Who only beat you and then positionally wise, get that team promoted as well.
Get them promoted. And I'm not being funny, yeah, but Watford they had João Pedro, Ismail Assar,
Keenan Davis.
Yep. Cabasele.
Ben Foster.
Mate. Just what is going on?
Yeah.
Rob Edwards is done your thing. Was the first manager to get sacked in the season and get promoted in the same season.
What a guy!
And I
like him a lot.
He's just a really good manager.
Yeah, I like the way he talks. I like the cut of his jib. I like the football he plays.
You like what he's about, his ethics. Yeah,
good.
He just seems like a really stand-up guy, and he plays a really exciting football. He plays 3 at the back, and he could do a lot with a little, which is going to be very important in the upcoming season for
100%.
Luton. But they've done it with players who have earned and fought for their place. I think I'll give credit where credit's due. I think Nathan Jones went about and he installed an ethos in Luton's place of being like an underdog. There's a story about him burning a ping pong table.
I think I heard about this. Yeah.
So maybe there is a little bit, and I think he actually was asked on a pundit show where they were like, "Do you think you've got any? You could take anything, or you should have any credence for why Luton got promoted?" He's like, "Of course,
of course."
And I think that a lots being made about Luton Stadium and the upcoming build up to the.
Yeah, apparently they want to postpone their first game because they're worried it's not going to be ready in time. I don't know.
I think they've knocked out a load of boxes and stuff like that to build it. But we're not here to talk about Luton Stadium. We're here to talk about their team for the upcoming 23-24 season. But let's talk about some of their transfer activity.
Top of the list, I'd say, is one Tahith Chong.
Yeah, I like what Luton have done here. They're going for a sustainable way forward. They haven't got a big budget, but they've got enough of a budget after winning the championship playoffs and getting promotion. They've got that big TV rights money now.
Yeah.
But they're doing this sensibly. They are building a team that if they that will give them a very good chance of fighting to stay in the Premier League.
But
they're all top Championship proven players.
But if they get relegated,
they probably will bounce straight back up.
They keep these players. They go up in value. They go up in experience, and like you said, they go back up. Mads Andersen from Barnsley, good player.
Yeah, one of Barnsley's best players. Ugbin as well from Rotherham, one of Rotherham's most exciting players. Sahith Chong, he's been at Birmingham the last couple of seasons. Really, really good player. Was quite highly rated at United, and he's done well in the Championship. And I think he's going to go from strength to strength. I think he's going to be a really good asset for them in the Premier League. But yeah, they're signing these sort of younger players. Marvelous
that are
Nakamba
ready for a step up. And then, like we said, if they do go back down, that step up is bringing that team back into the Prem again.
Yeah. Marvelous Nakamba from Villa.
Yep.
Where he didn't really get a chance, but I think he could be a really exciting, and it's good depth for them as well. Yeah. Nice DM for them to take on to this exciting challenge that is the Premier League. But yeah, they're going about this in the right way. And they didn't have a squad full of superstars when they got promoted. And they're not
going to get picked apart.
And they're not filling it with a squad full of superstars either. They're not bringing in big names. They could have gone out and get someone like Jesse Lingard, who's going to be a massive talking point. But they're not. They're not doing that sort of stuff.
No, they're kind of just keeping the unit, not losing too many players, getting in the right players here and there that are not going to break their budget or break their wage structure. It's going to keep them all as a bit of a unit. Rob Edwards will keep that unit nice and tight. Not going to come up and do like a Forest and
completely overhaul the team. Yeah,
it's going to add one or two, keep the unit pretty tight, and then like we said, if they do go down, they go down as a unit, probably come back up as a unit.
Yeah,
but if they stay in there, they stay as a nice tight unit. Their wage budget is going to be the lowest in the Prem by a country mile.
Yeah,
and so if they do manage survival,
it's going to be just benefits on benefits.
Mate, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, no, so I really like what they're doing. I like this approach a lot. I like Tahith Chong. I think he's going to be a really exciting player to keep your eye on this season. Yeah. But yeah, I think they could do with one or two more additions. They need some more depth. I think they could do with a bit more quality in terms of that back line. But it's hard to say because what made them so strong last season was how they play as a unit. It wasn't individual brilliance. It was how solid they were and how well drilled they were and what they were doing. Every time they got the ball in the position of the pitch, they knew exactly where they needed to be. Yeah. Every player knew exactly what run they were making, and it was just well drawn into them. And it was like a rhythm. Yeah. They got into their rhythm, and then they were hard to play against because Rob Edwards is such a good coach.
Well, I think that's one of the things, like, definitely is you need to be tight at the back, especially as a newly promoted team. And I think, like you said, I think they're lacking a Premier League campaigner. And I think what is interesting, and maybe he didn't fit their kind of wage structure, but Conor Cody went to Leicester.
Exactly who I was thinking.
And maybe you could have offered him to stay in the Prem. Obviously, maybe you're not offering as much money as Leicester can offer.
Yeah.
But he would have been a quality signing because he'd slot right in at centre-back in that free. He's Premier League proven. He knows his way around the kind of bottom end of the Premier League. Can impart some good knowledge on the younger centre-backs like Anderson. And so I think he would have been a good signing. Or someone in his kind of, like, style. Someone Premier League proven that's done that kind of relegation battle in the Prem.
Yeah, I think sort of where Luton would be looking to get players from would be the relegated teams of the season before.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the likes of, I think it's someone like Luke Thomas, maybe from Leicester. You get him on a cheap. It's good depth. I don't think he'd be starting to...
Johnny Evans, like, now that...
Well, he's back with United, isn't he?
Shit. Yeah. So, what is he, a free player?
Free agent, and I think he's...
his legs are probably not in it, but I'd get Johnny Evans in just for the...
Johnny Evans would be a fantastic sign.
For the kind of changing room vibe, and if you need him to slot in. We've seen when he fell out that Leicester team tanked.
Tanked hard.
And so, if you can get a fit Johnny Evans playing...
I just think they need players who aren't going to come in and be disruptive to this team here. But the risk you run with keeping it such a tight-knit unit is that you're going to run out of depth and you very quickly can be found out that you don't have the quality to compete, but then you've got a whole half season to go before you can make any additions.
100%.
And it's a risky game to play. But for me, there is a little bit of work to be done here, but I like the way they're going.
Yeah, you don't see many teams come in and try and just keep the unit and keep it mellow. Everyone comes up from the Championship and does go a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I think the team we sort of saw do this last would have been maybe Brentford,
Yeah.
or before that Sheffield United when they came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I like what they're doing. But yeah, should we talk about
how they're going to line up in the 23-24 season on their return to the Premier League?
Luton are going to be kicking off their campaign away at Brighton and Hove Albion, which is a tough test for any team in the Premier League, let alone Luton. But it's a test they will be relishing, because this is exactly why they're here, because they want to upset these teams, especially a team like Brighton who are on the up.
Yeah.
Luton want to come in and say, we're not going to make it easy for you.
Calm the fuck down.
But yeah, so it's going to be what we got here. We've got O'Shea, sorry, not O'Shea, we've got Shea in goal. We've got Osho, we've got Lockyer and Amari Bell making up a back three. Rob Edwards likes his back three. It's sort of like 3-5-2, very systemic manager, and I can see him taking it on into the Premier League.
Back three when you're a newly promoted team is good.
It gives you defensive solidity, and it gives you options in how you set up that back three. Do you set it up with like two people sitting in between the gaps between the three? So you have like a 3 and a 2? Or do you have that with a 3-1 and then you have the pivot in the middle? You have the flexibility there. Onyedinma, Fred Onyedinma, I believe, very good player. He's been at Millwall for some time and he's just sort of kept going with them. The one who's going to be catching all the headlines in a minute.
Shout out his story, man. That's great.
Yeah, and Panzu from non-league with Luton to
the Premier League.
The Premier League.
Stuff of dreams, mate.
Yeah, doesn't really happen too often nowadays. But next in midfield, we've got new signing, Marvelous Nakamba from Villa.
Will that be a marvellous signing? Who knows?
Don't know. I don't even recall seeing too much of him at Villa.
I quite liked him at Villa. When Douglas Luiz wasn't playing, he was quite a good DM fill-in. But like you said, I think Villa have just kind of always had bigger aspirations.
Villa have moved on, haven't they? And you can really go into a team like Luton and make a name for yourself.
100%, yeah.
And then if they get relegated,
you get your move back
into the Premier League, and you've shown what you're about. And I like the move.
Yeah.
I like players that have the balls. They could sit there and be like a middle Premier League team,
or fifth choice,
and get 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But if you're going out there and you want to play football,
100%, yeah.
You got
That's what it's all about, yeah.
Clark and Doughty make up the rest of the midfield, and then you got Adebayo and the man of the moment, Carlton Morris, up top. Carlton Morris was an absolute machine in the Championship last season. He's a striker's nightmare. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he can finish from anywhere. He'll finish his dinner. But yeah, great striker. I think for me, like you say, that team lacking some Premier League experience, but what he does have is grit.
Yeah.
And it's got, don't be fooled, they've got technical players there.
I think Fulham won't be kidding themselves. They know they're not going to do a Fulham and come up and get top half. They're not going to do a Forest, or maybe will do a Forest, but they know they're in a dog fight this season. They know it's relegation battle and trying to survive. They're not going to kid themselves and be like, "Oh, we're going to get top half.
Yeah,
we're going to get lower bottom, top of bottom half."
Yeah,
they know they're in for a tough season. But it's just about keeping everybody's heads together, keeping everybody kind of on job, and no player being like, I'm too big for this, or I don't fancy the scrap of a relegation fight.
No.
They've just got to make sure everybody knows it's going to be a fight this season. And if everybody's buying in,
you give yourself a chance.
Yeah, who knows what will happen.
I think Tahith Strong slots in there quite nicely. I think he brings a lot of technical excellence. Yeah. I think he's going to be a dangerous player to play against. For me, and maybe a Prem-proven keeper would be quite nice.
Yeah.
Someone like maybe Jack Butland.
Jack Butland.
Be a really good shout.
I think he's on his way to Rangers, but I don't know.
But yeah, someone like that, maybe with that caliber, could be quite a good shout. But yeah, you can pick up a decent keeper, and it won't even cost you an arm and a leg.
Palace are playing. Gator is not in the team anymore because they're playing Sam Johnston. Why don't they go get Gator?
Yeah, running Gator. Yeah, it could be a really good sign. I just think you need someone at the back there. A £40 million or like a £20 million Prem goalkeeper is going to be so valuable to you, because if you have a good shot stopper, we saw it with Leno in Fulham, who we spoke about recently. Go check out the video. How many points must he have saved? And you saw Forest
between a loss and a draw.
Forest bringing in Keylor Navas. Yeah, he was fantastic. Bournemouth bringing in Neto.
Yeah, 100%.
like these teams. It was a sort of a plan. And everyone sort of copped on and did the same thing. They brought in proven goalkeepers with caliber, with class, with experience. And for me, this team is just lacking that tiny bit of Premier League experience.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to come in and revamp the team with...
Yeah.
But yeah.
Couple of Prem-proven boys, and could be a little unit there.
Could be a little unit. Congratulations, Luton. We're looking forward to seeing you in the Premier League. And if you're looking forward to seeing Luton in the Premier League, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we will be covering all things Premier League when it kicks off, and we'll be covering all of the rest of the 20 teams in the lead up to the season. It's going to be very exciting times.
Prem's coming thick and fast, mate.
Yeah. Don't miss a bell or a beat.
Don't miss a beat. Click the bell.
I was thinking about Amari Bell.
Bing, bang, bong.
Yeah, hit that like button. Let us know how you think Luton could get on and who you would sign if you were Rob Edwards. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been BoreDraw, and it's live.